Welcome to my library. I've been falling a little bit behind on my book reviews. This is the books that I've been reading over the past 6 months or so, so we're just gonna review them on video and try to get as far as we can and try to do them quick. So let's get started. We're going backwards. This is the one I just read. It's called Evolution of a Revolutionary. Afeni Shakur, Evolution of a Revolutionary by Jasmine Guy. Jasmine Guy is an actress, and she was friends with Tupac, so that's how she became friends with Afeni. Those of you probably know that Afeni was one of the Panther 21 during the period of repression against the Black Panther Party and the movement for Black liberation. So Jasmine writes this book is kind of a conversation with Afeni about her life, her lessons about Tupac, about addiction, about just a lot of the struggles that their family went through. Really good book. I think y'all should read it. Before that, I read this book. It's called Letters from Attica by Sam Melville. He was part of a group of white people that conducted a series of bombings, mostly in New York. And this is the letters that he wrote from Attica and other holding facilities, detention facilities in New York, when he was, waiting for his trial. And he was at Attica when the uprising happened in '71, I think it was. The book says that he's one of the leaders. And other people don't place him at that high of a level. But kind of a unique exploration of the prison literature genre. Letters from prison remind me of a lot of other prison letters books. Before that, I read this book called Party Music. It's by Ricky Vincent. He's a scholar, and his mother, I think, was involved with the party back in Oakland. So this is basically about the Lumpin'. That's the Panthers' soul music band. But it kind of takes the Lumpin' as a point of departure and explores every intersection between Black Power and soul music. A lot of it is repetitive if you've read the Panthers' history, but some of the cultural explorations are new. I learned a lot. It's a good book. Read it. Before that, I read this book, Madiba A to Z, The Many Faces of Nelson Mandela by Danny Schechter. This one was weird. It was kind of very removed from Nelson Mandela's life and his story. It was like interviews with people that read a lot of books about him and stuff like that. It was basically a big commercial for Longest Walk to Freedom, the film that they made. I wouldn't recommend this. Don't need to waste your time on this one. This is a kid's book called Sealth. This is one that we're reading in preparation of our trip to up north. Very old. It's got some good pictures. Appropriate for kids, I think, but very old. You could tell when people were writing about Native people that come from a different generation before we're as sensitive to issues as we are today. This one is called Growing Up Underground. Horrible title, by Jane Alpert. She was part of the Sam Melville group. Actually, she used to date him. They were a pretty serious item. It's like another inside look at the white movement in the '70s. They really wanted to be in solidarity with the third world movements and the movements led by people of color, but they were really just lost. I find that in a lot of these books about the weather people, and I don't know. She tries to get out of terrorism and get into feminism, and it just all seems really fucking fake. I wouldn't waste your time on this one either. We the People, My People Are Rising. This is by Aaron Dixon. He was the captain of the Seattle chapter of the Black Panther Party. This is also one we're reading preparation for our trip to go up north. We thought we were going to be learning a lot about Seattle, but he's in Oakland half the time, of course, because he calls everybody to Oakland, and that's going to be the base of the revolution. So Brother Aaron was there for a long time. But still, I really, it's one of these first-person narratives, really deep into the struggle. Learn a lot about, the community in Seattle. They had a Marcus Garvey bookstore. They had some really interesting local struggles in Seattle. Yeah, good book. Before that, I read this one. Is called Rebels of the Woods, the IWW of the Pacific Northwest. This is also in preparation for our trip up north. It's a very honest look at the Wobblies and their movement, especially in the Pacific Northwest. Gets way back into the history, the origin of the IWW, and gets into some of those really, really bloody battles, especially in Centralia. And we're going to cut it right there because we're taking too long.